Winning, the Unforgiving Race to Greatness by Tim Grover. And if you don't know who's Tim Grover, he's a personal trainer and he trained some of the best athletes in the world. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and much more. I'm excited to listen to this book, especially after listening to his previous book, Relentless. 1 hour into the book, and so far I really enjoy listening to the book. Tim Grover is not the one doing the voiceover, but you can still hear him between the chapters, sharing his notes and ideas. He's going to share his winning 13 principles of winning with his philosophy. Very similar to what he did in Relentless. Also, he addressed the biggest criticism he got from the previous book. People complained that he didn't tell them what to do. So he emphasizes that also in this book, he won't give you the recipe for success. Instead, he will show us and teach us how to think. He wants to give us the guidelines, the ideas, the philosophy of success, and let us to figure out our own way. Halfway through. Now, I think number 6, and it's probably my favorite. He talks about balance. Winning wants all of you. There is no balance. He talks about saying no, he talks about having priorities, he talks about acknowledging the price of winning. You can't say that you're obsessed about winning and at the same time search for balance in your life. He shares a nice tip of creating a not to-do list. He talks about stop adding and start deleting, focus on the essentials, and then you have more freedom. You have more time for the most important things in your life. He mentioned it as a muscle, which is nice. I don't give a fuck muscle. And overall, it gives you freedom. Stop doing things you don't like with people that you don't want to be with. And stop apologizing for that. And the second thing that I liked about this chapter, talking about balance, he shares a story about his daughter, 5-year-old daughter, when she asked him, why do you need to travel so much? And then he answered her, well, this is my job. I need to put food on the table for you and your mother. And then she asked him this, if I eat less, can you stay home more? And he also said that he didn't share this story for, I think, 10 years, because every time he talked about it, he got emotional. For me, this snippet makes all the book more authentic to me, because I see he's putting everything out, the good thing, the bad thing, and also the things that don't make him look good. On top of that, he keeps sharing more stories about himself and the top athletes that he worked with, mostly Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. And these stories are about 50 or 60% of the book so far. Just took a walk near the end of the book. I really enjoy listening to the principles. Each chapter is about a different principle. He talked about dealing with fears and he shared the 4 components of winning that will determine how you're going to manage your fears. So he talks about different rings. The first ring is the ring of talent. Everybody has talent, but this is the first thing that you can work with. Inside the ring of talent, you have the ring of intelligence. You need to study your field, whatever it is, if it's basketball, if it's finance, business, art, whatever it is, you need to study. It's not just about the talent. It's about developing intelligence within this specific field. And inside this intelligence circle, you have the competitiveness. You need to be willing to compete in your field. And inside that circle, you have resilience, the power to stay in the fight regardless of fear, the power of persevering. Just finished the book. It was a great experience. In the last chapter, he actually shared that he had more ideas about more chapters, like hard work, teamwork, and commitment, that he decided not to include to make this book more valuable. He wanted to give more value, that doesn't exist in other books. And he actually did. Knowledge versus power. First, knowledge. The three biggest ideas he shared in the book. 1, be true to yourself. Experiment with yourself. Understand what's working for you and what's not working for you. Get to know your dark sides. Get energy out of them. Acknowledge that they exist. Also acknowledge what you want. It's not necessarily what other people want. Second biggest idea, focus versus time versus feelings. Well, in the book Relentless, he talked a lot about feelings, not necessarily ignoring your feelings, but he in this book, he emphasizes that your feelings exist, time exists as well, but being able to master your focus on the task at hand, practicing whatever you're practicing, being in the moment, manage your focus versus manage your time. And don't be a slave to your emotions. Or like Jim Rohn said, send your emotions to school. And the third biggest idea, you can't own winning. Winning, it's not something that you get and then you can own it. It's something that you need to work at it every single day. Which reminds me this quote about success. Success is never owned. It is rented, and the rent is due every day. Which for me has to do with the summary of this book. A lot of other books talk about success, and Tim Grover talks about winning. There's a lot of similarities here between success and winning, but I think winning is much more specific. You win, you get something that you want, whatever it might be, your career, your family life, your health, whatever it might be, you have a win. This is something that you want. And this book is all about that. And now power, which means keys to power, things that you can actually use in your life, tools that you can actually implement in your life to get whatever you want. Now, in this book, you have less keys to power. He actually shares in the beginning that this book won't tell you what to do. It will share with you how to think, which I do see it as valuable, and I see that as knowledge, but it is less keys to power. So this book has less keys to power. But on the other hand, this book is a very good tool to eliminate our excuses about all the things that we already know that we can do to win in whatever we need. A lot of knowledge, not a lot of keys to power, but overall, for me, a lot of value. See you in the next review.